where crazy story. A Michigan father is suing a school district for cutting his daughter's hair. Biracial, but did it without permission. Jimmy Hoffmeyer filed a $1 million lawsuit against Mount Pleasant Public School for racial discrimination, ethnic intimidation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and assault and battery. Hoffmeyer claims the school violated his daughter's rights after having their hair cut on 2 separate occasions while his daughter, Jurnee, was at school. Joining us right now is Jimmy Hoffmeyer, as well as attorney Shawndrica Simmons and Christina, Director of Policy and Legislation, National Parents Union. Glad to have you here. Jimmy, first of all, why in the hell are they cutting their hair? Like, what was the rationale given?
They said it was because my 7-year-old daughter, asked for it to be done.
Okay, hold on. They're claiming that your daughter asked for her hair to be cut.
Yep.
But so what? Is there a salon or a barbershop in the school?
No, there isn't actually.
So first of all, who cut her hair?
First time it was a 7-year-old little girl that was in class with her, and her name was Amaya, I guess. That was on March 24th. And March 26th, it was done by her library teacher and approved by her her first grade main teacher as well.
Okay, so obviously, look, in schools, kids do all kind of stuff, and so having another classmate clip your hair, I get that, but a teacher actually went ahead and at no point did that teacher say, "Sorry, Jurnee, I can't cut your hair. You're gonna have to actually talk to your parents," and no one talked to you?
She actually addressed my daughter, actually, and yeah, I'd never got an email, a call. I had to call them to figure out what happened to my daughter's hair.
Shawndrica, explain this, because does the district actually have a policy?
No.
Go
The
ahead.
district does not have a policy of educators turning into barbers and cosmetologists for the day.
So this library teacher gets permission. Who the hell gave him permission?
No one gave them permission. And from the evidence that we've gathered from them thus far, they have every mechanism in place to be able to contact a parent regarding any underlying issue that they may have regarding a student. And in this case, they chose not to contact Mr. Hoffmeyer and to just unilaterally decide that this was best for his daughter. Even though Mr. Hoffmeyer had already taken his daughter to a hair salon after the child on the bus cut her hair to shape it up and make it look presentable, they cut this child hair after she had visited at a hair salon.
So I'm just trying, the thing that really just jumps out at me here, Jimmy, is, okay, what was the response from the principal, from the school district?
The response from the there really wasn't a good response. They just asked how they could just make it go away, pretty much, is all they said. And from the get-go, they told me that they were going to end up with letters in their progress reports, and that's what the end result was of their third-party investigation, who never spoke to me or my daughter or her counselor or anything.
I want to bring in Christina, of course, with the National Parents Union. Christina, the reason this is significant because this is not the first story we've told. We've had black folks fighting hair battles. We've, of course, been covering the Crown Act, its passage in different parts of the country for the past year or so. And the thing that really that jumps out is just this constant desire to cut black kids' hair.
Right. And so basically we see that Mount Pleasant would like the public to believe that this is an isolated incident, but we know that it is not. And there is a pattern and a history of hair discrimination, right? And now we're seeing that permeate throughout K-12 schools, where children are either forced to comply or assimilate immediately if they're involved in athletics, or whatever the case may be, this takes it beyond the norm of asking the student to like cut their own hair to they took that action into their own hands without parental permission or consent. And so this is why it's vital to have accountability mechanisms like the Crown Act that specifically say you cannot do these things and under these certain conditions, because apparently common sense was not so common that day.
In terms of what is the next step, first of all, with your lawsuit, Christina? I'm sorry, Shawndrica, your next step for the lawsuit?
So right now, we filed the lawsuit last week in the Western District. The lawsuit, however, will be moved over to the Eastern District, most likely in a couple of weeks. Once that is moved over, we will serve the defendants with the lawsuit and go from there. What we're seeking is some type of justice, because the response that we received these months that we've been trying to reach a resolution with the school district on this matter is so nonchalant, so not taking accountability for this occurrence to this child. And I don't think they understand the underlying issues, that this is a cultural issue and there needs to be a cultural change in the Mount Pleasant school districts. I've been reading comments about this lawsuit since I filed it, and I see that there's a cultural divide as to children of color and their hair versus others in their hair. But I would like to say this: if anyone had a child in public schools and they came back home with their hair cut, they would be livid.
Jimmy, obviously you need a response from the principal. How about the school board?
The school board, we haven't gotten any response from, really. We've tried to show up at school board meetings and have them address things, and they've never responded back.
Wow, well, that is certainly very strange there, and I must say, Christina, we keep seeing this, and for a long time you had black parents who, you know, played the get along game. Now you got people who are saying absolutely not, especially since you have more African Americans who are wearing natural hairstyles and are fighting a lot of these dress code policies that frankly discriminate against black folks.
Right. And what we do know is that we can't legislate hard changes, but we can legislate justice, right? This is the importance of having the Crown Act in places for accountability, because as you heard from Jimmy Hoffmeyer, we tried to use the proper protocols and procedures to address the school and the school board and ask for them to hold themselves accountable, but they were unable to do so. And so as the public may see it as, oh, just a ploy to, try to raise suit and get money, that is not the situation. We actually went through the proper procedures and channels to try to get them to hold themselves accountable. But what we realized is that they were not willing to do so. And so now we will pursue justice in the court and remedy in the court. And that is just basically what I admonish all parents to do in situations like this. Don't just leave it in the hands of people that aren't willing to hold themselves accountable. Pursue justice by every means.
All right, then. Jimmy Hoffmeyer, Shawndrica, Simmons, and Christina Lastra. I certainly appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Let us know what happens with this case.
Thank you.
All right,
Will do.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Folks, back to our Roland Martin unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way.
Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be black-owned media and be scared. You dig?